morning, also from my side, and a warm welcome here in this beautiful Frankenhalde. My topic today is, as Christine said already, the smart backbone for tomorrow's industry. The slogan of this year at Siemens, at the SBS, is let's automate automation. We have to make some changes in it. And we say, let's electrify automation. Let's talk about the power supply of your machinery, of your electrical consumers. Why shouldn't the power supply keep up with the actions in automation to lower the commission times, to increase the efficiency, to increase the flexibility? So the question is, how can a modern low voltage distribution system contribute to this? And what are the opportunities by using a smart busbar trunking system and all these digital topics? But first, let's talk about busbar trunking system. What is a busbar trunking system? It's the innovative alternative to old-fashioned cable installations. It is used for power transmission and for power distribution in both industry and infrastructure. But now, let's take a look to the planning phase. Every building, every room is existing of different trades. The air conditioning, the heating, the ventilation, and of course, our electrical trades. And every trade is using their own planners, their own tools, their own data in every stage. What we are missing until now is having consistent data, using by all trades, using in all phases of a project execution. And exactly that is the topic of BIM, Building Information Modeling. With Building Information Modeling, we define the way how a digital twin is created. So, for this purpose, we are offering consistent tools from Siemens, starting with the Simaris design as a net calculation for calculating the short circuit, for calculating the selectivity, the voltage drop, and so on. And this goes hand in hand with Simaris project. Simaris project is used, it gives you the size, the weight of the system, it gives you the budget price of the system, and the tendering text to be prepared for the ordering phase. And the Simaris busbar plan is a Revit plugin, also a plugin for Autodesk Revit, and a standalone version is also available, the Simaris Sketch. Here you plan the geometrical size of a busbar plan, of a busbar trunking system. You make the planning through the building, and you are creating the digital twin with it. So there are then comprehensive tools to make the collision tests, to make the tests if everything is okay across all the trades. Why do we do this? To avoid unpleasant surprises on site and to avoid expensive and time-consuming rework on site. So, and how do you get this tool? Very easy. You just go to Simaris Suite, where also Simaris Design, where also Simaris Project is available. You can download it for free. So, now let's talk about the next exciting phase, the installation phase or commissioning phase. Now, you will see if the planning, if your digital twin is fitting to your reality. And also for this phase, we are offering a tool, the so-called busbar check tool. It's an app who supports the installer on site, who documents the progress of installation and who transfers the as-built data back to the digital twin. And with this, the project manager in the office is always on track what is happening on site. And you get a professional documentation of the professional installation. So this is done with the help of unique identifier. Every component of the busbar trunking system has got a unique identifier. When installed, the installer reads it in with his mobile phone. It identifies the component. Then he makes some pictures with the same app to document the installation, and he assigns it to the digital twin. So we have the link between reality and the digital twin. So in the operating phase, we also have the needs for more transparency. How much energy do each machine consume? Or why is the consumption of energy suddenly increasing? Just measure it with the help of the Centrum measuring devices, the Centrum Pack devices, for instance, or you are using the 3VA2 circuit breaker. It's a smart circuit breaker, a communicatable circuit breaker who also delivers all this data. But that's not all. He's also delivering the health status of the device. And with the help of this health status, you can make real condition monitoring. And with condition monitoring, you can access the world of predictive maintenance, not after a fixed circle, but on demand. So you reduce the downtime of your production and you increase the productivity of your production. Then the next topic is, if you have measurements, if you have created data on site, you have to collect it, you have to transmit it to the station where it is used. And how is it done normally? With data cable, with switches. This method is a very, very labor-intensive and unflexible method. Why not using the busbar itself for transmitting the data? Why not using the same way than the energy is taking? By using power line technology. Maybe you know it from at home. If you have a room without Wi-Fi, you put in a power line black. That is an industrial version of power line, and you don't need any radio-based system. You don't need any cabling, and you have the flexibility with the type of boxes to be mobile, to be flexible further in. It's a very, very effective way to transmit the data. So, what can we even do more to increase the transparency, to know more about the condition of your electrical equipment? Just one question to you. What does current or what does electricity do when it gets too much? If a system is overloaded, what happens? What causes it? It goes hot. That means the temperature is a very reliable indicator of whether everything is okay, or you have some risks that something goes wrong. For instance, overload. For instance, mechanical things, or other external influences like water. So, and for this, we are introducing a new system that we put along the busbar run temperature sensors in it. So we allow to have a continuous temperature monitoring, and that can avoid blackouts. And you are able to react before something happens because you see the increase of the temperature. So stay tuned. It will come in the near future. Then we will introduce it officially, but this is only a forecast for this. So let's talk about AC/DC. Today morning we already had some music fitting to this. No, let's talk about direct current, DC. DC is becoming more and more interesting as alternative to many applications. And here we have with our busbar trunking system a major advantage because of our air-insulated system. We have an air-insulated system which fits perfectly to direct current. And with the LD system, it's a high current busbar trunking system, we adapted it very, very early to be used in direct current applications. And we can transmit and distribute direct current up to 6,900 amps. 6,900 amps. That's enough for about 50 fast charging stations. So you get a feeling how much this is. And for smaller direct current consumers, we have updated our BD2 system to be also applicable in direct currents. So let's rock the AC/DC world to 100%. Now let's move to another important topic, the environmental protection. Which decisions can a planner do already in the planning phase? How much energy loss he produces, how much CO2 he produces. When you're using a busbar trunking system, there are a lot of features already built in. For instance, there is no waste because the busbar trunking system is built exactly to the demands of the building. You can reuse a busbar trunking system. And you can recycle it very easily because of the metallic setup of the busbar trunking system. And all this is documented in the so-called EPD, the Environmental Product Declaration, where all these figures are shown for all the systems, for both for manufacturing the system and operating the system. So, ladies and gentlemen, and now we proudly present the new Eco Guide. It's the first time we are showing it on a fair. We finished it, I think, 2 weeks ago. It's brand new, the so-called Eco Guide. What is the purpose of this tool? We want to show the planner how easy it is to decrease CO2, to decrease energy losses only by oversizing. If you oversize, then you have automatically lower losses, lower CO2. And it shows also the return of invest. And as you see, it is 2 years, it is 3 years, depending on the oversizing of the system. It's very short, it's much shorter than we expect. So, what do you get if you're deciding to use a busbar trunking system? You are faster in operation because of the much easier installation. Then you have a higher efficiency and flexibility because of the type of boxes. Then you have higher reliability because more transparency. So you can react very early if something happens. And this causes a much higher productivity, which is also, I think, a very, very big advantage. And last but not least, you are doing something for the environmental protection. Also, the carbon footprint is better than with other systems. We are using no plastic, only metal. That's also very important. And this you all get when you electrify your automation with the Silicon 8BS busbar trunking system. So the next time you build a production hall, please consider also to use this busbar trunking system. I am at the end of my presentation. I hope it can give you some good information so you can use, some inspiration. How can you increase productivity in your facility? And if you have more questions, it's very easy to find us. Just turn around. It's in front of the stage. Here we are located. If you have any questions, please come, feel free. We are happy to serve you.